Hey, Steckle Stars, welcome to computer class, STEM class. This is week 17, believe it or not. And this week we're going to be doing our follow-up lesson on Google Docs. Last week we started with Google Drive and learned to make folders. And then we did a little bit with Google Docs. I'm going to review some of those things, add one or two things, and then you'll have an assignment to do. So, first step, I'm going to click on my apps menu or my waffle menu and go down to Google Drive. I'm going to make a new document. You could even go into your STEM folder we made last week and use the same one as before. That's up to you. This is just for practice. I'm going to make a new one. So go to New and Google Docs. And here we go. So the first thing we're going to review is how to tell the size and change the size. Right now, size 11 is where we are. That's where we always start when a document opens from new. If I want to make it larger, I could use the plus sign. Smaller, use the minus sign. Or just click right on the 11 and pick the number that you want. I chose 24. If I type right now, size 24. Space, and now I'm going to change the color. To change the color, we use the button that has the uppercase A with the line under it. Remember that that line tells you what color your letters are right now. If I click on that and choose a new color, now that line changes, and so does my blinking cursor. And there you go. Next step, changing the font. We're going to come over to the menu that right now says Arial. Remember, that's not a mermaid's name. Click on Arial, and now we get some more choices. Remember that whatever it looks like here in this menu is what it's going to look like when you start typing if you choose that font. I'm going to choose this one. It's called Pacifico. Now, if I start typing, you can see that my font has changed. So first we had black color with Arial font, size 24. Then I changed the color. Then I changed the font. I'm going to move down to a new line by pressing Enter 2 times. 1, 2. And the next step, there are 3 more buttons that I'd like to show you. Before I do that, I'm going to change this back to Arial. And I'm going to change this back to black. Okay, okay, here we go. So the first button I'm going to show you is the bold button. That's this B. You can see if I put my mouse on it, it tells me in that little box that it's for bold. Bold is a way to make words stand out. So if I click on it and I type, you can see the words are a little thicker, or the letters are a little thicker and a little darker. Now, these buttons are like switches. You click on them once to turn them on, but to turn them off, you just click on it one more time. All right, so I turned it off now. The next button is a little I that's slanted. It's called italics, and it does just what it looks like. It leans the letters over. Again, it's another way to show that words are important in a sentence. Finally, I'm going to turn that off by clicking on it and go to the next button, a U with a line under it. And you can see it says underline. And if I click on it and start typing, you can see that the words are underlined. So those are all of the buttons that I'd like to go through today. However, there is one more thing that it's a very important thing to know how to do, and that is how to change words that are already there. So far, we've always made new words, but I'm going to now change these words, the hi everyone right in the front here. And in order to do that, first I have to tell Google Docs I want to change them. Here's how that's done. I can put my mouse on this side by the H in hi, or at the end of the sentence by the exclamation mark. I hold the button down and I drag across it. And now I've done something called selecting that text. Some people call it highlighting, but it's really called selecting. You're telling the computer you want to do something to those words. Now, while it's selected, I can do anything I want to it. For example, if I go to the color button and pick a new color, you'll see that the color will change. As long as the words are selected, I can keep doing stuff to them. Like, what if I want to make them italics? Or not? Make them underlined? Or not? Change the font. So as long as they're selected, you can just keep making changes to them. One thing that's really important to remember is that while something is selected, be careful not to press the buttons on the keyboard, because that will work too. For example, if I have all of these selected and then I press the letter B, now I just replaced all of those words with the letter B. Now, luckily, there's a great way to get them back. I call this button, I joke around sometimes and call it the Save My Life button. Sometimes I call it the backwards time machine, but the real name is the undo button, undo. And right there it is. It looks like a little arrow pointing backwards. If I click on it, it goes backwards in time and undoes what I just did. Brings my stuff back. It can really be a lifesaver sometimes if you accidentally delete a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so those are all the things that you need to know how to do for today's assignment. That's the next step. Go back to Google Classroom here for a second. To get to the assignment, you're going to click right here where it says Google Docs, and then open the assignment. The assignment looks like this. On the left side, you see some questions, and on the right side, you're going to type your answer. First, what is the size of the font in this sentence? The one right here. So all you have to do is click over here, tell me the size of the font. This one says change the font size and then type your first name. So click in the box, change the size, and then type your first name. Change the font color and type the word hello. So click in this box, change the color, and type hello. This one says change the font, then type goodbye. So we're going to click here. We're going to pick another font from the font menu and type the word goodbye. Finally, you're going to look at these words. This is Steckle Stars, and it says change the size and color of the font. So you're going to take these words and you're going to change their size and change their color. And that's what we just got done doing in the other document. So, hope you all had a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you this week, and enjoy the rest of the evening. And till tomorrow, have a great one. Good Steckle Stars. See you soon.